I did what I said I would never do, and I booked a cruise on Costa. I used my voucher. I'm using my voucher for my airfare, and I'm getting back on the boat. Now, do I think that they should be sailing? I don't know. It's been a long time. I just found out today that they are testing everyone for COVID before we get on board. So we're doing a swab, which that sounds really good to me. That sounds like an appropriate step. That we're getting temperature checks before we get on board. I think that that's all you can do. If I get sick, then it's pretty much my fault. Or not my fault, but it's just going to be one of those natural things. So um, I am terrified a little bit, but I'm not crossing the Atlantic, and I'll be close to shore. And we're supposed to be in port every single day of the cruise. It's an 8-day cruise, not a 3-week cruise. So not quite as much time. And I don't think that there will be that many people on board. In fact, I'll be really surprised if I even see that many people on board. And I'm kind of wishy-washy about. I know that there's going to be some flack from people because everybody's still gripped with fear. But I decided that the fear was not going to narrow my life. And narrowing your life is kind of like arteries that get narrowed. The more they narrow, the more danger that you become in as far as living in this world. And I decided I was going to blow those arteries wide open and keep them functioning as well as possible. And we'll just see what happens. Like, I really don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know how the sailing will go. I don't know if it'll be a debacle again. It's a possibility because they are opening so soon and prior to most other companies opening. I was telling somebody, I kind of feel like I have this one little voice that's saying, are you crazy? Are you crazy? This is stupid. Like, you already went through this horrible, process. And then this other little voice that's saying, it's okay to trust again. It's okay to trust people. Sometimes people do things and they do it wrong, or they don't do it wrong and it just, something bad happens. We know here on earth that's just part of the process. A lot of times bad things happen and you didn't do anything to cause them. It's just a part of being on earth. And so I decided that, and maybe it's that, that vision that you get with the little, red devil and the little, white devil, and they're both sitting there, talking to you, da 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 da. And I decided that the one that I wanted to be most like was the one that just lived wide open. And so after all those cruise companies asked me to cruise on their cruise lines, and I turned them down and said no, that I would never sail again. I would never do that again. I'm going to go back with Costa. And it is because I have the voucher. But I think that it's not it's going to be interesting to see if they learned from their mistakes. And I think that that's really what I want to see. Is I want to see it's kind of like me doing a checkup on somebody that was sick before, and I want to see if they fixed it. I think that's important. I think fixing it is important. I think making sure that we have appropriate responses when these things happen, and I want to see if they've developed protocols and if they're willing and able to use those protocols to protect the safety and well-being of their passengers. So here I go, being a guinea pig again.